There are about 40-ish days until Q4 begins. That's the months of October, November, and December. And if you know anything about Etsy, you might have heard that those 3 months bring in the highest number of sales throughout the entire year. Now, 40 days or so might sound like you have plenty of time, but really what you're doing now is what's going to set you up for success when it comes to the big holiday rush. As we're getting ready to dive into that busy Q4 season, you are going to hear a lot of advice, a lot of tips, and so much of it is incredible advice, spot on. But there are a lot of things that you can get caught up doing that are truly a waste of your time. In today's video, I'm going to break down 5 things you should ignore going into Q4. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to be sharing something fun with you that can help you really get your shop ready as we head into the holidays. Hi there, my name is Emily. I'm a mom of 2, coffee lover, and now 7-figure Etsy print-on-demand seller. And I am very passionate and love getting to help others start, grow, and scale their own Etsy print-on-demand shops. You might know that my days are a little chaotic with school pickups, drop-offs, activities, making dinner, all the things in between. And the thought of being able to think ahead to the next quarter honestly sometimes feels impossible. But what I have learned over the last 3.5 years is that preparing your shop for the holidays will pay off big time when it comes to those big sales. So if you are heading into this Q4, maybe you have a brand new shop, maybe you're trying to really gain momentum, maybe you have limited time, similar to me. These things today are going to free you from things you feel like you should be focusing on and really point you in the direction of what's most important to prepare your shop for Q4. All right, so let's dive right in. The first thing I want you to ignore, to throw out the window if you are a new shop or trying to build momentum with your print on demand shop, is social media marketing. I have worked with countless Etsy sellers, especially new Etsy sellers, and I find that a lot of times they feel like they need to create posts for Instagram or TikTok to be able to get traffic to their Etsy listings. When in actuality, what we really need to be focusing on is growing our skills as an Etsy seller. And one of the things that is most important to do is figuring out where the buyer demand is on Etsy and then creating products that meet the customer there. If you're publishing posts on social media and taking time to do that, because it does take time, you're taking time away from the things that are going to move the needle forward in that beginning time of your shop. And just letting you know, I actually don't even still use social media marketing except for Pinterest, which we're going to talk about at a later date. But Pinterest is more of a search engine similar to Google. So when we're talking about social media marketing, I'm talking about things more like Instagram, TikTok, those things that have a short shelf life. The other thing that's important is if you're new in establishing your shop, you don't even know what works yet, right? So taking time to create those posts when you don't even know if that product is what customers want or is selling organically is going to be a big waste of time. So, as I said, what should you be spending your time on? And that is researching for in demand products. Now, there are a lot of research tools out there. My go-to research tool since the beginning has been Everbee. And what I love about Everbee, especially as somebody with limited hours, limited time to pour into your shop, is that you can research directly on Etsy. And there is an extension where you can pull up all of the stats that you need. How many sales does this listing have every month? How old is the listing? You can look at everything in a chart format. So again, if you're running on limited time preparing your shop for the holidays, this is going to be where you want to spend your time. When you open Everbee, you are getting clear and concrete data to know what customers are looking for. So if you are trying to figure out where to invest your energy preparing your shop, I would much rather you spend time learning how to research, learning how to figure out what customers are buying in this very moment, as opposed to just kind of throwing spaghetti at the wall on social media and hoping that that's going to generate traffic to your shop. Etsy is bringing in millions of customers every month, and especially during the holidays. And so we can capitalize on that in an organic way. So let's focus there first before we think about posting on social media. All right, moving on to the second thing that I don't want you to worry about going into Q4, and that is your shop branding. Now, don't get me wrong, shop branding can be important, and it is something that I recommend that you have. A basic banner, that you have your shop filled out. But I don't want you spending hours of time feeling like you have to perfect your shop branding. When Etsy buyers are searching, especially during the holidays on the platform, they're typing in something like ornament for mom, and they aren't necessarily going to your shop. They're looking at the search results. And so, what's going to be most important is spending your time getting your listings in a really good place, your mockups, your keywords, all of that in a really good place, as opposed to spending that extra time worrying about your shop branding. What I would tell you is important when it comes to building buyer trust is in your listings directly. What I recommend doing is having what I call branded photos or infographics. For example, you want your listing to feel cohesive. In this listing here, you can see that this shop has multiple photos that really are cohesive and go well together, and that is going to help build buyer trust. I would rather you work and pour your time into those listings, getting those photos right, as opposed to worrying about all the minor details on your shop at this moment. That is something that can wait a little bit as you're preparing your shop for Q4. Moving on to number three, the third thing that I want you to ignore or not think about going into the holidays. So, if you are a newer seller on Etsy or still trying to build that momentum, it's focusing on five, six, seven different product types. That is only going to hurt you in the long run because what's happening is that you're spreading your attention across multiple product types. That's creating multiple different types of listings. That's researching for multiple product types, as opposed to pouring your energy into one or two, where you can truly become an expert in those products. For example, let's say you have 10 hours a week to put into your shop before the holiday season, and you spend all 10 of those hours focused on ornaments. You are going to get so much further by doing that, as opposed to breaking up those 10 hours into journals and ornaments and mugs and candles. When you are pouring your energy into one product type or two product types, you are able to maximize that time most efficiently. Now, my go-to print provider for most of my products is Printify. And if you are just getting started on Etsy or really trying to find your footing on Etsy with print on demand, there are a couple different products I would recommend from Printify. The first is going to be ornaments, because going into Q4, ornaments are a huge, huge product. They are highly in demand. So that is going to be one that I highly recommend. They are also relatively easy to design, and they are limited in terms of variations and all of that. So it keeps it very simple when it comes to listing them. The second product that I'd recommend for you, if you're interested in going in a little bit of a different direction, would be the hardcover journals through District Photo. These are one of my very favorite products. You have heard me talk about them many times. And if you caught my interview, my chat with Michelle here, she shared that journals were one of her top selling products last Q4 as a brand new Etsy shop. So I have to recommend that as well through Printify. So my recommendation to you is to pick one of these two products, or a product maybe you've already been selling, maybe it's candles or mugs, and focus your energy there building up into Q4. I'd rather you spend your effort focusing on becoming an expert in one or two things, as opposed to spreading your attention across five or 10. Moving on to the fourth thing I would ignore going into Q4, and that is generic designs. One of the common pitfalls that new Etsy sellers run into when they first start selling on Etsy is that they want to post a super generic Happy Halloween design, Merry Christmas design, and even if the design is beautiful, it is going to be very hard to stand out in a competitive market. Not oversaturated, but it is competitive. And the way to stand out is by really narrowing down your focus for your products. Now, if you've seen any of my videos, you might have heard me talk about the person plus moment formula that I use when it comes to selling gifts on Etsy. It's thinking about who is that specific person that your product is for and what is that specific moment that you're selling it for. A Merry Christmas ornament might be competing with thousands and thousands of listings, but a first Christmas as a nurse ornament is going to really narrow down your competition quite a bit. Someone who is buying a gift on Etsy isn't shopping just for Christmas, right? They're shopping for a specific person. I want you to think about a time where you've purchased a Christmas gift for someone in your life, maybe a coworker, a spouse, a parent, a sibling, and thinking about the Christmas gift you purchased them. Often, you're not just buying them like a Santa Claus themed product, right? You're buying them something that speaks to them as a person, that emotionally connects with them. Maybe it's your mom who learned to play mahjong this year. Maybe it's a grandparent who retired from their job. So, thinking about those specific things that maybe they experienced this year, their hobbies, their interests, their identities, and creating those special products to meet them where they are. And honestly, that is a huge one if you are thinking about doing any sort of seasonal products, if you're doing ornaments, if you're doing journals, if you're doing anything. Think about the person that you're selling to and the moment that you're selling it for. And moving on to the fifth thing I would ignore going into Q4. And this one might sound funny coming from me considering I'm literally creating a video right now, but it's watching too many videos and not taking action. And this is a huge one because Q4 is the perfect opportunity to test in your Etsy shop because there is so much traffic coming. There are so many people buying that now is a great time to really experiment in your shop, to try different designs, to really pour into the product type that you focused on and take that action because you're going to have such a huge test market of buyers coming to Etsy that you want to capitalize on that. And I have worked with so many new Etsy sellers where they watch YouTube video after YouTube video, and instead of taking action, they're just consuming content. And that is going to lead to analysis paralysis because there's so much amazing advice out there. There's so many different options you can pursue in this space, which is one thing I love about print on demand is that two of us can have two successful print on demand shops, but do it very differently, sell very different products, and still be very successful. And so, consuming so much content all the time without the action taking is going to be a hindrance. And so, going into Q4, I really want to challenge you to take action. Test it. What is the worst that could happen? One of the great things about print on demand is that it is relatively low risk. So, when you are thinking about jumping into this going into Q4, you're really thinking about maybe it's your first holiday season, maybe you're trying to build that momentum. I want you to really think about what is going to move the needle forward in my shop. And if anything, I always want you to come back to research, designing, and listing. Those are going to be the things that are going to push you forward and propel you forward as we are heading into this really exciting time. Now, I understand it can be hard to think this far ahead. I honestly barely even know what I'm going to make for dinner tonight, if I'm being honest. But this is a skill you have to grow, you have to learn thinking ahead because the action that you take today is what is going to help you come the holiday season and will pay off. So let me know below in the comments if you have any questions, comments. What are you thinking about going into Q4? And also don't forget to hit like or subscribe below so you don't miss any upcoming videos. My name is Emily, and I'll see you next time.